Psychological manipulation techniques are unfortunately used by some people to get others to do what they want, often without their knowledge or consent. This can leave those who are manipulated feeling deceived and regretful. But don't worry. In this video, I will explain how we can protect ourselves from these techniques. Manipulative people can make others feel bad, guilty, scared, or burdened. But don't worry, knowing about manipulation can protect you from these individuals. Gentle manipulation is a common technique, where someone may act kindly to get what they want. For example, a normally rude friend may suddenly become very polite when asking for something. It's important to be aware of these tactics, but don't let them get to you. If someone is sensitive and compassionate, we feel the need to reciprocate their kindness. He is polite and understanding. It can become difficult to reject them when they are polite, even if they are normally rude. However, it is important to not rule out the possibility of someone using politeness as a deliberate tactic to control others. One common manipulation technique is to prevent someone from saying no. It is important to pay attention to your feelings when someone asks you for something. If you ever feel afraid, embarrassed, or under pressure to say yes, it may be a sign that you're being manipulated. Remember, it is okay to say no, and you should never feel guilty for doing so. Therefore, it is crucial not to ignore your own feelings and boundaries. Desperation manipulation is another technique to be aware of. Pay attention to those around you and remember those who always play the victim, acting desperate and helpless, emphasizing this role when they want something from you. If you give in to their demands, you may see how good they feel in the moment, but it won't be long until they ask for something else. It's crucial to be aware of this situation. For example, when a friend shares an emotional memory with you, they may try to make it about them by saying that you have been in a similar situation. Let's say your friend opens up to you emotionally about a difficulty you had in the past. You describe a similar situation, but the person immediately piles on and talks about a bigger challenge, perhaps in a dramatic way. For example, if you say, "One day I had a very difficult situation at work and I felt really bad," this manipulator might immediately say, "Oh yes, I deal with similar problems all the time at my job. People at work are always looking down on me, and I'm in a really difficult situation." In this case, they're actually trying to emphasize their own distress by suppressing your emotional experience. The aim is to draw attention and empathy to themselves. If you recognize such a situation, you may be facing emotional manipulation. In this situation, it is important to stay calm, make a realistic assessment, and maintain your emotional boundaries. Once you recognize the manipulation, you can avoid such games by keeping your emotional reactions in check and focusing on your own emotional needs. Another way people can manipulate others emotionally is through flirtation. If someone tries to engage you in conversation but you're not interested or react negatively, they may accuse you of overreacting or being closed-minded. They may say they were just trying to chat. It's really important to be mindful of people who may try to wear you down or bring you into their circle. However, rejecting them outright may not be the best solution. Instead, it might be better to keep a bit of distance and simply ignore them. The hidden threat manipulation is another technique used to manipulate others. It involves creating a hidden danger or harm behind the words, even if they do not contain a direct threat. For instance, when someone asks you to do something they want you to do, they do not use a direct threat, but imply possible negative consequences. For instance, sometimes people may put others in difficult situations by saying things like, "If you don't do what I ask, I'll expose everything about you." These hidden threats are meant to get the response they want by making the other person feel anxious and scared. To deal with this kind of manipulation, it's important to be cautious, think about the information carefully, and control your emotions. Remember that manipulation techniques can be diverse. Recognizing them can help you take countermeasures. If you enjoyed this video, please share it on social media, subscribe, and support me by leaving your comments and suggestions in the comments section.